Darcy here at Red Hill Toyota, and today we are introducing the BZ, the Toyota BZ. It's our electrified vehicle. All right, let's talk about the front of business here. This is the new front end. We got these LED lights that's stripped across the front of the vehicle. These are daytime running lights. We also have daytime running lights incorporated into the headlight, and the headlight is a high beam, low beam LED projection bulb. I'm going to take that wet black road and make it look like daytime. Okay, coming around the front, we got that chiseled look you'll see here. You'll see the same on the other side, just chiseling it out, making it look a little more aggressive. Down in the bottom, we've got the vents to cool down. Even though it doesn't have a motor, it still has antifreeze that's running through the cooling system to keep the battery cool. So we have those vents in the bottom. It's going to be grabbing that and to cool that. Down in the bottom here, we have that speaker. The speaker's going to mic out sounds just to let pedestrians know that you're coming forward should you be slow moving through a parking lot at the grocery store or at the mall. Going to see some proximity sensors down here in the front of the bumper. You'll see them on the rear as well, and that's going to work with Toyota Safety Sense 3.0. Pre-collision system, pedestrian detection, and radar cruise control. New designed hood is giving us that black accent insert. Splitting up the color a little bit with this windshield pearl color for 2026. Up in the front, we have our window wipers right underneath. There's a few elements that run right along the bottom side of that actually heats up and prevents the snow from building up on the wiper blades. So a great safety feature for here in Canada. The XLE is going to come with 18-inch all-season tires. Going to come from manufacturing with alloy wheels. It does have a hubcap that's on the outside here in Canada, and that's just to help with fuel efficiency. Creates less wind drag in the tire. That's why they do that. The alloy is for light weight, and then the hubcap to help with resistancy and to maximize fuel mileage. Now, up inside the wheel well, they did a great job of insulating, so it's going to keep the road noise down to a minimum. And you're going to notice that when driving the vehicle. You're going to notice it's nice and quiet on the inside. I like how in 2026 they actually painted the fender flares on all four corners. I believe it makes the car look a little bit larger from the outside and just finishes it off. What I like about these charging cables, they're 20 feet long, so it gives you lots of distance. You have an adapted plug, 120, plugs into an outlet. It's very simple. Flashes a few times. Once it's solid green, you know the vehicle's charging. Now, if you do have the option to have a 240 plug at home for the fast chargers, for the level 2, this will charge the vehicle in about 7-8 hours, depending on what's left in the battery at the time of charge. And you would just unplug that, switch that over, and you're ready to plug in. So a very simple process. All 2026 BZs are going to be coming with the NACS charging port. This is the most common one that's available here in North America. And the nice thing is once it's plugged in and you lock the doors, you're not able to take it back out. So it's locked in place into your car, so you don't have to worry about knocking it, hooking it with your foot, and maybe unplugging it by accident. So it's a great safety feature just to make sure it stays in until it's fully charged. All right, moving on to the side, we have piano black covered mirrors, just giving it a little split in the color white again, kind of matching up with the hood. Black roof rack as it comes down the top. Of course, cross rails are an option, kind of flipping across. We have body side moldings. This is an accessory at Toyota. Of course, they're color matched to the windshield pearl paint. And then down in the bottom, just make it a little more durable on the rockers. Should you be off-roading, doing a little bit of dirt road driving, it's just going to make it a little more durable, prevent paint chips. You got that new LED brake light that's going the full span of the rear of the vehicle, wrapping around the quarter. Again, just letting people know that if you have that turn signal on, everybody on the side of you is going to know you're changing lanes. Great feature. Little spoiler on the back, tinted glass. Down in the bottom, you got the BEV, that's battery electric vehicle, and that's Toyota's new logo, Beyond Zero. The BZ stands for Beyond Zero Emissions. Okay. Great feature. Backup camera down on the bottom, and again, your sensors in the rear bumpers for pre-collision. Great feature. Now, what are you not seeing? Exhaust pipes. Of course, this is an electric vehicle, so zero emissions. The 2026 XLE all-wheel drive BZ is going to come with power hatch. Very quick opening LED lights up in the back, and then tons of space in the rear. So the BZ is in between a RAV4 and a Highlander, and you're going to notice as soon as you open the hatch up, take a look into the rear of this and look at the space inside. Seats are 60/40, that's the 60/40 Tango split that's going on right there. On the other side, you got a plug outlet, 120 volt, 1500 watt plug outlet. Starting on the interior of the BZ, we're going to look at the material that they've used. It's a very soft text material. I think people will really enjoy that. It's not that typical hard plastic. Down in the bottom, you got two large cup holders. I think you could fit two green monsters in there, no problem. And again, a nice flat ledge. Little window up in the side of the door, again, just to give you better visibility. They moved that mirror back 8 inches and added that little window again. It's just gonna help you out when you're around a lot of people in the mall parking lot, downtown Toronto, in the city where you're gonna see a lot of people. You're just gonna have that visibility out of the corner of that window and give you that peace of mind and safety. Toyota fashion again, we have our standard adjustable manual seat to give you that height from the passenger side. It does have soft text material with fabric insert. If you prefer to have a power seat and leather interior, you could upgrade to the limited model. I think the first thing you're going to notice in the BZ is you're going to notice the space. The knee space is incredible. I got over 18 inches between my knees and the back of the seat. I do, if you can see the back of the seat as well, has that soft text running around the back. You do have pockets on both sides. Heat vents for the rear passengers, and then 2 USB-Cs for fast charging for passengers as well. No hump on the floor, again, given that third person, if you do want to have a third person in here, it's going to be comfortable. You're not going to have to worry about somebody's knees up against their chin. Armrest folds down. You do have a little cubby here. You can put your device in the side along with a couple Monster drinks in the back here too for your passengers. Who doesn't love it? All right, on the inside of this BZ, you're going to find nice soft text material again on top of the center console. This is from Alexis again, double-sided center console. Passenger, drivers. Great feature. First thing you're going to notice when you get in, no glove box, but that's okay. Toyota thought of it all. Inside the center console, it is multi-tiered. If you didn't know, there's a little tray inside. Remove the tray and you have some storage underneath for your owner's manual and them goodies that you might be hiding in there. 2 cup holders up here in the center. Again, large enough to hold those extra large doubles. Double phone chargers, 15-watt phone chargers. Set your phone up on here, driver's side, passenger side, and you got charging happening. 4-way flashers up in the middle. Simple and easy. And drive-by-wire gear shift. Now this is a little new. It's push, turn, drive, push, turn, reverse. Park is a button. That's about as complicated as this car will get, but in the event that you forgot to put park and you shut the car off, it would automatically engage park anyway. One of the nice features I like is the size of the head unit. At 14 inches, you got your backup camera that's going to be displayed up there. You got a lot of features going on. This is again pulled from our Lexus division, now giving it to us in a Toyota. I really like it a lot. We have digital fan control, temperature control, and the car is so smart. If I hit climate, we have an S-Flow feature. The car is smart enough to know when someone's sitting in the vehicle that the heat will come to the individual. If I'm not the only driver, it will only come to me. It won't waste the heat and the energy by pumping heat throughout the whole vehicle. So very impressive feature as far as being more energy efficient. So of course the display is a backup camera as well. When I put it in reverse, you'll see the full HD display. It will have night vision as well. And then with the sensors on that rear bumper, it's going to pick, if somebody's walking behind you, it's going to pick it up and show the arrows from the side that the individual is coming from, whether it was a car or a person. So very impressive as far as the safety technology on this vehicle. All 2026 BZs will have push button technology. It operates off a smart key and a proximity. When you come near the vehicle will automatically unlock. When you get in the vehicle, just a touch of the button will start the vehicle. Exiting the vehicle, you'll be able to touch the door handle, and of course the car, all 4 doors will lock at the same time. There's 2 ways to start the vehicle. One is with, of course, with the key, with push button start, and the second is through the Toyota app. So you do have access with the Toyota app. You can turn the vehicle on and then, of course, control the heat from that app. It's a great feature. Moving on to the steering wheel. This steering wheel was incorporated and brought in from the Prius. So it's very smooth, soft leather steering wheel. It is heated, and of course you can adjust the heat to either high, low, or auto, and self-controlled. A few buttons up here in the steering wheel, of course. You got your phone button, of course, to pick and hang up. You do have a voice activated. It is Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatible. Just by holding the voice button for 3 seconds, you'll be able to ask Siri to call whoever you would like, or maybe give you a direction. The Safety Sense 3.0 gives you lane departure and pre-collision system. You also have your adaptive cruise control. And part of that is road sign assist, where you'll have a displayed sign popping up on the head unit there, just telling you what zone you're in. If you're doing 50 kilometers an hour in a 50 zone, the sign will be white. If you're speeding in that zone, it will turn red. It will give you indications of school zones, etc. Just if you're in unfamiliar territory, it will advise you that you're doing the speed limit. A new feature in the BZ and in the Toyota lineup, and you're going to see this coming to every single vehicle shortly, is the driver monitor. And this is a little camera that's facing you, and basically it's looking to make sure the driver's attentiveness. If you should fall asleep, it would pick it up and alert you to tell you to wake up in case of an emergency, and there was a medical emergency, would actually stop the vehicle. So it's quite impressive. Of course, these features can be turned off and can be turned on as necessary. It's up to the individual owner. All right, we've seen enough of the inside of the BZ. Let's go around the corner. I'm going to show you what a level 2 charger looks like. At Toyota, we offer ChargePoint is the manufacturer on our level 2 chargers. This unit can be purchased outright for around $709. It can be added to your payment, whether you're financing or leasing, but it's one of the most durable units because it's good for inside or outside. As far as the prongs, depending on what you have at home, whether it's a 3-prong or a 4-prong, you can order this unit with whatever's compatible. Either one is fine. So normally I'd sign off from the video at this point, but I want to take a second and just ask, is an EV vehicle right for you and your family and your household? And statistics show that EV owners, 90% of them actually have multiple vehicles within the household. Based on that fact, with 468 kilometers available in a full plug-in all-wheel drive BZ for 2026, you know, will that fit your lifestyle? And the answer is most people, yes, it will. You know, even at 300 kilometers a week, 350 kilometers a week is well enough for a 1 charge per week to get you through. And you can do that from the convenience of your house or your garage without ever having to drive to a gas station in weather conditions. So I would say yes, an EV would fit most lifestyles. Again, thanks for watching here at Red Hill Toyota. I'm Darcy. Feel free to give us a response and let us know, will a full electric vehicle fit your lifestyle?